I'm back. I ended the stream before I finished talking about my last 2 points. I got too excited about the software. I forgot to mention the local library. This is my library that I went down to just recently. Get my head out of the way. My local library I went down to recently, and just to check out what's in there in terms of art books, and there was tons of cool like art concept books, design books, and books on art theory, art history, art fundamentals, um, and tons of reference material, photography books, um, all kinds of interesting things that you might they will predate the internet and might be kind of like lost in terms of information that's not really being transferred over. And again, it gets away from that distraction. The library is a place you go specifically to research, and I mean, this one here even has like a little craft area, with like little custom things that local people have made, and I think many libraries have like a scanning function. But if you want to specifically get out a book or multiple books, you can just scan the pages that you're looking for, especially if it's reference material. And you can either print them out there, or usually there's a function to scan a multi-page PDF and have it email it to you. And yeah, your local library is definitely something that's worth looking into as a resource. I have a quick selection of all the cool books that I saw here. As you can see, there's cool reference books. Morbid Curiosities is full of like crazy skulls and things. Your library might have similar. Lots of cool fantasy art books, including a Frank Frazetta book. Books on drawing technique, like learning anatomy, I feel is really important as an artist, just for the understanding of how things, like particularly if you want to do sculpting, like in Blender, as we discussed. Or next week's tutorial is on lighting, and it's about lighting a face, so understanding the subtleties of your face and where light might hit it, where shadow might form, is really useful as a fundamental skill in art. There's lots of ornamental books you can copy things for borders from. Like I said, art history, the history of digital art and stuff. Very useful, and a good range of things depending on whether you're an illustrator, if you're a graphic artist, if you're a photographer. Any kind of digital art, any kind of art in general, really will be covered. And the final thing I want to talk about on my list is, in general, it's just the internet. Like, as a whole, the internet is crazy. As a resource, it's full of distraction, so I recommend picking a website that's in your niche. Like, if you're a photographer, check out Flickr. If you're a digital painter, check out ArtStation. If you're a graphic designer, check out Behance or Designspiration, and which is basically like a more curated, design-centric, curated Pinterest. Find areas of the internet that are based on your niche, even if it's just like a Reddit page or something, like where you can go and you can check out the work of other artists. You can post your own work maybe if you want to and get some feedback from like-minded people. Avoid social media for this, because those websites and apps are designed specifically to keep you on them for as long as possible, to make as much ad revenue as possible. So they're hard to put down. Whereas if you go to a place that's specifically for you, then you're more likely to find what you're looking for and just get that and leave, rather than getting trapped in. The library is better for removing distraction completely because you've physically chosen to get up and go out to a place where you're going to do some research and look into these things. You might find some hidden gems that you didn't expect and won't find on the internet, but the internet is unlimited. Even YouTube is awesome for the amount of tutorials and stuff on here is crazy. And then there's tons of different people doing tutorials. So if you want a tutorial on something and you look at it and you think, oh, I don't like this guy, the way he speaks, the way, or whatever, his mannerisms, you can look at someone else and find the same tutorial from someone else who you might vibe with better. It's a fantastic resource, YouTube itself, and then the internet as a whole, as long as you think and use it properly, rather than just be like, oh, I'll just nip on Instagram and do this, and exactly as I talked about earlier in the video. Yeah, just wanted to add that caveat in because I forgot, and you need those 7 fingers. Thanks again for checking me out. I'll be back similar time next week, and I hope you have a good one. Cheers.